What's going on, YouTube? Claykeys back again with another My Hero Academia The Strongest Hero video, and today we have news on the Europe version, the EU version, and we have news on the NA Global version, both releasing on the same time, the same day. This is major, and then we're going to talk about what to reroll, how to reroll, and get the best characters. So let's get into it. So, if you guys were not aware, the EU version of My Hero Academia is available to download. If you're not in that area, we do have the APK. I will link it down below. What the APK is, if you're not savvy with the mobile stuff, is the download for the actual game. So that's how you download stuff from the App Store. Somebody just rips that off and puts it somewhere for everybody to download. So you can't download it unless you're from the EU. And we got this announcement when we downloaded the game and looked in that it is going to go live at 6 a.m. on the 19th, CEST. So for Eastern, that would be midnight. And then for Pacific time, that would be, I think, 9 p.m., right? Let me make sure I get my times right there. So that was super hype, and I was ready to go. I'll have the link down below for the EU APK if that's what you want to go with. And I was ready. I was going to make videos on it. We were going to get hyped. And then we got even more exciting news when the NA Global version of the game just tweeted out. We're excited to announce that the game is launching tomorrow. If you haven't done so yet, pre-register and set it to auto-download. So right now, we cannot download the game, the NA version. That EU version, again, you can get via the APK I'm talking about, or in your app store if you're from the area. And then they even said this: we coordinated with the EU release of the game together so the EU time zone players could play around the same time. We apologize for the added weight for the EU players face, but we figured the MHA community would want to experience the joy of My Hero Academia, The Strongest Hero together tomorrow. And they said the same time. So if we go off this right here, this message you get in the game right now for EU, it should be at midnight. So like a midnight release that we're talking about, like we used to get when we go get Halo or the new Call of Duty or something like that at a game store. It looks like that's what's happening for Eastern and NA people. It's going to be around that time. Again, 9 p.m. Pacific. I am so excited. This is the best news I could have got. Just got back from the gym, worked really hard, and got a great reward with seeing that this is coming out at the same time, because I was like so stressed. I didn't want to play both versions. So you can either do the EU version or the NA. And now I'm going to get into how to reroll. And we're going to be using an emulator to do so. If you're an iOS user, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but we'll go over that and more. Holy crap, is this exciting. All right, guys, I'm going to try to make this as short and sweet as I can. iOS users, as you know, Apple doesn't like you messing with files, so when you get to the point where we're going to reroll, you will have to delete the game and download all the game data again. It will take you a little bit longer than Android or emulator users on the PC, but other than that, you can still do it. It'll just take you a little bit of time. Now, if you are going to be using it on emulator, I highly suggest Bluestacks because of the process we're going to do here in a second, and it ran extremely well, and we can macro all of our buttons to where we need to play this like action-based game. I'll have a link in the description below to my Bluestacks link. It is going to download Age of Z with it. That's okay. You don't have to play it. You can delete it once you download it, but it will download Bluestacks 4. So you go ahead and download Age of Z on PC. So you go ahead and click that. And if you already have Bluestacks and you just want to have a new one, this helps me out if you click this link. I am affiliated with them. So once you download it, don't open up normal Bluestacks. Open up the multi-instance Bluestacks manager. So it'll look like this. What this allows us to do is go ahead and make multiple phones or instances of phones so we can really mess around with it. And what that's going to make, it's going to make rerolling really easy. So you're going to go over here to New Instance. You're going to go to Fresh Instance this time. I picked 64-bit. If you want to go 32-bit, it's up to you. For all these options here, you're going to go with whatever your PC can handle, you know, whatever you want to have, you know, Bluestacks use, you know, your PC, you know, power. You don't want to take too much because then your PC won't run. And then we're only going to create one instance this time. So we're going to go create, and it's going to make a new one. Then you're going to want to name this MHA, The Strongest Hero Original, I guess is what I'm going to call mine. And this is going to be the one where we start out. We're going to start copying this one, but we're not quite there yet. So next you're going to click Start. It's going to open it up. I'm going to go ahead and shrink this down a little bit to size so you guys can see everything that's going on here. And it's going to take a little bit, depending on how good your computer is, to go ahead and initially install Bluestacks, this new you know, instance of Bluestacks to go ahead and get running. So we'll wait for that to end up getting done. And once it is, you have the choice of either signing into Google Play, or we can go ahead and just install the APK straight from somewhere else, okay? So that's going to be your two options. Now, for the NA version, I'm just going to go into Google Play and download it. As soon as it's available to download, right now it's still in pre-order, and it's $332. Eventually, they're going to let us pre-download it soon. So I'm just going to log in and download it from there. But if you'd rather not do that, you can go find the APK. Make sure you get the one for NA Global if you want to play that, or you just get the EU one that I will have linked below. Then you go find it in your downloads, and you can just drag it on over. So I'm going to drag it from my downloads right here, and it starts installing it. So boom, now it's installing the game. You can also choose to click this APK button right here, and then you go find it in the files, and it'll put it in there. So next up, these are very important steps. This goes for anybody wanting to play the game. You click it and load it up. So you're going to get all these different things going on. It's going to have to download this data, and we're going to have to give it some permissions, and that's okay. And we're going to have to download these resource packs. And so it really depends on how fast your internet is and how fast you're going to download these resource packs. But this is the step we're going to be able to skip once we do it once, as long as we're on Android and have this emulator going. So this will take a minute. I'm going to go ahead and skip to when it's done, and then we'll get back and I'll tell you guys what we can do with that. All right, so once Froppy is done downloading all that, you'll have to download several resource packs. That's why for iOS and non-emulator users, this could be a problem. You're going to come in, it's going to give you today's news. For right now, it's saying it doesn't release just yet, but you know, when you're actually playing the game, you'll click understood, and this is where you stop. You'll agree to terms and service, and you get to this guest login. You don't go any further on your initial original instance that we called it, right? This means that everything's downloaded. It hasn't given you a guest ID. You haven't logged in with Google or Facebook, and don't log in until you get the account you want. You're just going to go ahead and leave this alone. So we're going to go ahead and exit out of this. We're going to bring back up Bluestacks multi-instance, click stop, close, and that's just going to close out that instance. Then we're going to go over here, we're going to go to clone instance. So what's going to make is a bunch of those Bluestacks, or a bunch of those phone instances, exactly the same, meaning we've already downloaded all that crap and had to wait for. Now we can do it a bunch. So I'm going to go with 3 or 4. You guys pick as many as you want. I think it goes to a maximum of 5, but creating so many at once is a problem. I'm going to go with 4, and it's going to create me multiple copies. And you guys can go through and name it MHA Reroll 1, you know, MHA Reroll 2, and just to make sure that you guys are ready. And what this does for you is now you can go ahead and click start on this MHA 1, right? It's going to load it up, and it's going to act just like the MHA original, except for now we're actually going to click guest login, and we're going to go in and actually reroll. So it's going to ask you to log into Google. We're not going to do that. And look, MHA is already there. We're going to load it up. Now, normally, you'd have to download all that crap again, right? Not now. Essentially, it's just going to load straight into the game. You know, Froppy's just going to be loading the resources, and then we get directly to the point that I talked about before, which is you can guest login. And this time you are going to click guest login, okay? Once you get to that point on all these instances, as long as you don't do it, see what I'm talking about? And as long as you don't mess with this MHA original, and you always keep making a copy instance of this, you can reroll as many times as you want, as fast as you want, right? You don't have to do all that downloading. So you're going to go to guest login, you're going to click that, and you're going to start the game. Essentially, All Might is going to ask you if you want to skip the tutorial or keep playing it. Skip it 100%. You're still going to have to do a little bit of tutorial until you get to the point when you summon Kaminari. Once the game and All Might teach you to summon Kaminari, that's when you're kind of left off the rails. It'll try to autopilot you. Just pull off the autopilot, just move. Make sure it doesn't take you away. You can instantly go up to the top, go to your mailbox, claim all those pre-registration rewards, which we have a 10 pull in there. Do all of your summoning right there. If you don't get the character you want, you just delete this instance and run one of the other ones that we already had. So you just go back down to your multi-instance Bluestacks and pull up another one. It's very, very simple, very cool, and a very quick way to get this thing done. Now, you may be asking, what are you re-rolling for, Clake? What do you think you should go with? Obviously, if you guys have paid attention at all, a lot of people have already talked about this. You're going for Tokoyami or you're going for Momo, in my opinion, if those are the two, like it has like the beta, or not the beta, the basic, summoning out, if there's nothing special. If they do have, for some reason, Aizawa and Endeavor in the global version, because they were in the beta, those are the two I would try to go for. Obviously, it's up to you if you want to go for multiple of the S-rank heroes that are good. But if you're really just like me, you just want to get one of them to get a good start, go with Momo or Tokoyami. If it turns out that you're a spender and Tokoyami is given for free from the spending credits and you're going to spend enough to get him, then you want to go for Momo, right? Because then you can have both of them. So that's going to wrap up this video to hopefully help you guys reroll and get what you want quick. Again, sorry to all the iOS users out there. I got an iPhone myself. Thank goodness I can use the computer because Bluestacks saves us a ton of time. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're ready for My Hero Academia, the strongest hero. I'm so pumped. If you have any questions, I'm here to help with this rerolling stuff. Subscribe for future MHA content, and I'll catch you guys soon in the game.